think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Blue suit with a blowout. If you got a body, then you better not go out.
Good back, everybody. It's been a minute. Had a couple weeks off because Neal here and his wife. You got back from Alaska.
Yes.
Alaska.
Yeah. So much fun. So much fun. Beautiful as shit. Just unbelievably beautiful. Only reason we went was because I got a random email, $100, I think maybe $120, $130 tickets.
Is that
to
that
Fairbanks?
That thing you were talking about? You showed me before the flights.
Yes,
the
Scott's Cheap Flights.
Scott's cheap flights. Yeah.
So I think it cost us like maybe $250, somewhere around there, for the two of us to fly nonstop.
Nice.
I was like, fuck it.
Nice.
I don't know anything about Alaska. Let's go.
Because you did that with Iceland
Yes. Yeah, I did
a
that
few
one.
years back,
Yes,
right?
I did. Yes, I did. That was great. It was Paris and Iceland. And like,
Well, I know a little
Yeah.
bit more about Paris than I do Iceland. Like,
see, I had to. Sandy doesn't like cold places, so in order
so
for
you
me,
went to Alaska
here's
and Iceland.
Here's the thing: it was like in the 70s and for 60s and 70s most of the time we were there.
Okay, that's not bad.
Oh yeah. So, but here's what I will say: biggest damn mosquitoes I have ever seen.
Mosquitoes?
Ever seen? Like I'm talking size of horse flies. Yeah. Yeah.
In Alaska?
Yes.
I didn't think mosquitoes like. Oh, okay.
I thought the same thing, but we were at this thing and I'm just feeling this thing. I was like, God dang, these flies, I'm hearing this buzzing, they're landing on me. And like, I'm just like, these flies are ridiculous. And I swiped something off my face because I thought a fly landed on my head. And I see this giant thing go flying by. And I was like, that's a fucking mosquito.
Did you like smack it and in a blood pocket?
That
just-
happened one time.
One time?
Like, right here. And I was like, oh, like, I was like, oh, I was like, I thought something was itching. I was like, why do I feel like
Well,
something
yeah.
itching on my face? So I just do this, start rubbing on my head, and I come back, there's blood all on my hands. I was like, oh, God. Come to find out, there's like 12 different kinds of mosquitoes.
in Alaska.
There's always mosquitoes.
Oh,
Always.
man.
Here's the thing, but beautiful. So beautiful, though. It was great. The food was really good. People were super nice. Weed's legal out there. Like, and so there's a dispensary right around the corner. It was
There's
awesome.
a dispensary because there's like, what, 17 people that live in Alaska?
Well, there were a bunch of different dispensaries, but there was like one, we could walk to it in like 5 minutes.
Nice.
So, crazy part though, the sun never really went down. It never
Yeah.
really was night there. So like, it fucks your whole sense of time up. So,
Well, yeah. Because don't they have certain times of the year that it will be light all the time, maybe a couple hours, and then it's not, and then they'll have that time where it's pitch black
yeah. So the pitch black is a little bit further
north.
but
Yeah.
it does have it where it's day most of the time. So what would happen? We're on vacation. We don't feel like doing shit, so we're asleep. And most people, when they look outside to figure out what time it is.
Yeah. Am I waking up? Is the sun out? No, it's not. I can go back to sleep.
Oh yeah. So this happened to us a few times where we're like, we wake up and we're just chilling. We're not really paying attention to the time. We're like, oh yeah, we're starting to get hungry. You know, what's open? Let's go get something to eat. Look out the window. I was like, okay, so it shouldn't be too late. Grab our phone. It's 9:30 at night, and it looks like it's 4 in the afternoon.
I mean, here it's kind of, because it was 8 o'clock last night. Sun was still out, and I'm like, man.
Here's the thing: the sun didn't start to set until 12:30.
Oh, so it was up. It wasn't like it was starting to come down.
No, it was.
You gotta-
It looked like midday.
That's weird.
12:30, you start to see the sun start to go down and set or something like that, and then it kind of goes down a little bit, and then at 2:30, the sun's starting to come back up.
So you're saying that you need to invest in blackout curtains when you live in Alaska?
Oh God, yeah. Saw a
Yeah.
fucking moose on the side of the road, scared the absolute shit out of me.
Like, did it come out at you and
Here's the thing: we went on this hike, a midnight hike. So we're hiking, trying to find this glacier. That's a whole nother fucked up story that we didn't find in itself, but
you
it's
went out at midnight to go look
because it's
for
still
a glacier?
it's still in the middle of the day, so we left to go on this hike. You know, we got on started this hike maybe 11:30
In the morning or
at night.
At night, because
Yeah.
the sun's still out, right?
Yeah. So, on the way back, it's like maybe 2 in the morning. It's starting to get kind of dusk a little bit or something like that, or kind of come up. And in the distance, I just see what in my head, I'm like, it's a big ass mailbox in the distance. And I was like, it's shaped kind of weird. Closer we get, I was like, oh, it's moving. Then I slow down and I was like, oh shit, it's a moose.
It's a moose.
This thing is at least 6 feet tall. Like this thing, like on all its
On
legs,
all of
it's
its
like
fours, yeah,
taller
its
than
back
me.
is, yeah.
And like it's right along the side of the road. And I'm just like, oh shit, I don't
Oh,
want to hit a
because
moose.
you were or was this when you were driving to find the glacier? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
This is on our way back. We're on
Gotcha.
our way back, so it's 2 in the morning
Fuck
on
the
our way
glacier.
back.
We didn't find it. Let's get, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like, it's late. Let's just head back, and we pass by this giant moose.
Well, what was it? I think the MythBusters did one where they obviously didn't hit a bunch of a moose, but they kind of made something that weighed about the same and hit a car with it to see if you could make a moose. I think it was like fly over
if
the
it would
top.
go over to speed up or slow down.
And it fucked that car up. Like,
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
no, it doesn't matter. Your
No.
car is trashed. The windshield was busted. I mean, it's a moose.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah.
a deer, and even those will do some damage to your car. But yeah, moose. You're talking about people don't realize how big a moose is.
I didn't either. I knew
Yeah.
they were big until I saw one that was 4 feet from the car.
Well, you're looking at one on TV, and they'll say, "Oh, 6 foot, 6+ whatever," and you don't think it, and then you see one, and you're like, "Well, that's a big bitch right
Oh
there."
yeah, so I'd start slowing way down because I was like, I don't know where he's gonna go.
Mm-mm.
Last thing I do is win him. So as we roll up, apparently we scared the moose because he sees us and he starts running off, and I was like, oh shit. So this glacier was maybe 2 hours away. So we're driving on our way back. I passed 3 more moose running down the side of the road on the way back.
You drove out 2 hours to find a glacier you never found,
Yep.
and then drove 2 hours back. You have some
I will.
patience.
That is a whole story in itself. I will tell you.
Yeah, we'll talk. Let's talk about that because.
That whole hike was a fucking mess.
Oh, so wait, you drove 2 hours, then hiked to find the glacier.
Yes.
Said, fuck it. We can't find. How do you not? Well, anyway, we went back down. That was a whole day or night or morning, whenever you went.
I guess we left around 8 or 9 or something like that.
And got back at when?
Maybe 3 in the morning.
Ooh.
But here's the thing.
Whose fault
It
was
was neither. It was neither of our fault.
it? Okay.
No,
Whose idea was it? Was it both? Or was it your
kind of
idea?
both.
Okay.
But then a bunch of people who lived there in Fairbanks suggested that it was a cool place to see.
Oh, they pranked you.
No,
They
because
just
somebody
said,
else
"Ha."
found it.
Oh.
But because of the way, yeah, it was both of our faults. The way we didn't find it, but the way where it was, we wouldn't have been able to get to it from where we started the trail to try to find it.
Oh, so you took the
'Cause there's-
wrong trail or the
No.
wrong fork in the trail at the beginning?
No, I guess at the beginning, but there's multiple ways to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
But had we gone in the winter, we'd have been able to get over to it to see it because we were in the winter,
Or
there was
in
too
the-
much water and it
Yeah.
was coming and we couldn't get to it. And
Ah.
we found this out after the fact, after hiking for 2.5 hours and didn't see
After
it.
the fact, yeah.
But anyway, see a bunch of moose back on the way back and just terrified the shit out of me. But the drives were beautiful.
What car? Like, what kind of car were you in? Probably a Camry.
Yeah. I was in like a 2019 or 2020 Camry or something like that. And I was like, last thing I want to do is hit a moose with this
Yep.
fucking car. Just
Should have got the
destroy it.
insurance.
I definitely did.
Oh, you got, yeah. For Alaska, you did get the insurance on the
Oh,
car rental?
shit, dude, the whole front end of the car was covered in mosquitoes.
Like
'Cause
that.
it just covered the whole front because they're so big and so many of them.
I've never heard of mosquitoes in Alaska. Like, it
They're-
wouldn't even have thought it was a thing because
Oh.
I'm thinking that they'd be, humid, warm weather areas, not. Because, I mean, how
well,
hot does it get in Alaska?
Apparently it gets hot as shit.
Really?
Yeah, some dude was telling me it gets 100 degrees sometimes out
What?
there. It doesn't last for days,
It's like,
but
oh, there it is, and then it went.
yeah.
But it also gets negative 3,500.
Yes,
I don't
yeah.
know how cold it gets in Alaska, but I
And then
can't do the cold.
Our last day there, I saw the most trailer park shit I've ever seen. It was great. You'll
Alaskan Trailer
appreciate this,
Park.
Neal.
Okay.
You
All
will
right.
appreciate this.
Alaskan Trailer Park. I'm ready for this.
So we decide to smoke. Our flight leaves at like 9 p.m. So we're like, all right, screw it. Let's just dick around for a while.
Your
let's-
last day out flying back.
Like our
Yeah.
flight left there at 9 p.m. and landed here at like 7 a.m. because it's like a 6-hour
Oh yeah,
flight.
that's right.
But we're just like,
Yeah.
all right, let's just stick around, do whatever around Alaska around the Fairbanks for a while. So we're like, all right, flight leaves in another, I think 2.5 hours. Let's go grab a joint, smoke our last legal joint here in Alaska, and then head out. They tell us, the people at the dispensary tell us to go to this like river. It's nice, beautiful little spot. As soon as I park, I see the security guard talking to these two kids, I guess. I guess they're like maybe look like in their 20s or so.
Yeah,
They're
kids
walking
to us,
away. One kid's got his I think he's like his nose is bleeding and his lips all busted up. And I'm just like, okay, what did we just miss? All right, whatever. We hop out of the car. I was like, these kids are leaving. It's no big deal. Hop out, talk to security guard real quick. He's like, hey, how's everything going? He acts like nothing happened. And so, we're
So
like,
did it look like the two kids got into a fight, or did he bust his
oh,
face?
just wait.
Okay.
Just
all right.
wait.
All right.
Gets
So-
better. So we walk way down this river. There's some kids around or whatever. So you're like, all right, that's weird. All these kids hanging out. But it's like, it's kids. We smoke. On our way back, I just hear this yelling. I'm just like, we're hot as shit too. We're coming. We're on our way back. And then I hear, fuck you. You can't talk to my dad like that. Fuck you, Ricky. I'll talk to you I'll talk to your dad however the fuck I want. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Like, wait, hold on. I got to see this.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah. And we're walking towards it because we have to walk by it to get back to our car.
Oh, nice. So it's
Yeah.
not like then you kind of start speed walking to get over there to see what's going
Sandy's
on.
immediately like, oh no. I want to see what the fuck's about to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now I see the two kids that we saw when we parked walking back towards us. And I'm just like, what? And I see him turn around. He's yelling at somebody. And then I just hear somebody, there's a little hill. So I can't see who's yelling back at him.
Right.
So I just hear him yelling like, fuck you. Da, 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 da. I'll beat your fucking ass, Ricky. Don't you worry. Come the fuck back here. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, this dude is like, just wants no part of whoever's yelling at him. We walk by him. And he like his lips just still all
lip
fucked
busted,
up.
nose
I
busted.
was like, all right, now I'm wondering if we're about to see who fucked him up. So as we start getting closer, over the hill comes this chick.
Chick. All right.
Long hair, like baggy ass jeans, baggy ass shirt, like super baggy, like really skinny chick. Sunglasses, drinking cigarette in one hand. Like drink and
Oh,
a
yeah.
cigarette all in the same hand, sunglasses on, and like, you know that walk where you're like standing up, your chest is out, but you're sitting down at the same time and just kind of like sitting back and like walking, like arms are up, and she's just like, fuck you, I'll beat your fucking ass, Ricky, get the fuck over here. I was like, oh.
So this little skinny bitch hit Ricky in the mouth, apparently.
So. I wanted to stay. I was like, I want to see where this goes.
And Sandy said
Sandy's
no.
like, no. It's like, get the fuck back here. I'll talk to your fucking dad however the fuck I want. Well, I'll fucking beat your goddamn ass. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
What? I mean, if to be around anybody in a like regular people fight, you're definitely somebody that you want to be standing next to because
Oh.
yeah, I mean, if you're not trained, it's laughable
It
sometimes.
wasn't even that. I was like, I don't think anybody was paying attention to us. Because I'm.
Oh, right.
My whole thing is like, all right, these people are yelling. Let me make sure, like, all right, if someone jumps off, they're not just going to start fighting random people
Yeah,
around here. So I'm
yeah.
like, all right, we passed by him. I'm wanting to turn around and watch. Now.
Yeah.
Sandy's like, get the fuck over here. And I was like, no, it's our last day. This is going to be amazing.
Come on. Let's just stand by the tree.
Yeah.
And then if anything happens, we'll run.
Yeah. It was great. I wanted to see I wanted to know what this was about. I wanted to know the backstory. I was like, is this chick dating his dad? Did he get mad? And then she punched him in the face. I was like, what is happening?
Or is it like this is the stepdad, and he's, that's the stepsister. And she's like, I'll fucking talk to your dad however I want to. He's not my dad. As
Yes.
she takes a sip and a cigarette toke
Yes.
off of the same
Oh,
hand.
it was just so perfect. I was like, this
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I saw that. The difference was she would have had a white spaghetti strap shirt
Oh,
that didn't quite cover the
the
bottom
stomach
of
starting
the
to hanging
stomach.
out.
Yeah. And she would have had the Dollar General Big Lots blonde hair coloring that just looks awful.
Oh yes.
And yeah, she probably would have had got to have rubber slides on,
Oh.
and I'm not
Yes.
talking about like the comfy slides. I'm talking about
Like those weird gel ones.
like
That slip when you sweat.
like the $2 Croc knockoff that
Oh yeah.
has the black shit that grows on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that she had to duct tape together because they broke it for 4 times.
Speaking of girls like that, so we've had recently, in I don't know, probably past 4 or 5 years, we've had the Black Lives Matter movement happen, the Me Too movement's kicked off. We have the against Asian hate. I can't remember what that one's called, but we've got another one that's been around, and it's this fucking Karen movement. Okay, white people already have enough to piss off black people as it is. This Karen shit. Like, come on. We're trying to get on good terms with each other. Quit fucking pissing off everybody else. I was at work. You know where I work. You've seen it. And it's an office building. But if you look outside of the window, down below, there's restaurants, there's some grass, and there's a Starbucks. Okay. So I'm looking out the window. This lady, we'll say.
We'll call her a lady.
Yeah. She has her hair in a ponytail and a hat, one of those stretchy hats.
Hold on, does the hat come down on top, or is the hat feeding through? Is the
The
ponytail
hair's
feeding
yes,
through the hat?
the hair is feeding through the back with that little bungee. It's the bungee hat.
Yeah.
The girl flex hat.
Okay.
And she's got little training shorts on. Not bad. Not bad looking. But she has 2 kids. I couldn't tell how old they were, but if I was guessing, it's 2 boys. One of them looked 6, the other one looked 4, maybe 3.
Okay.
And next thing I realized, the kid's just pissing on a tree in front of,
Just like
just drops trowel, starts pissing on the tree.
oh yeah, and he's doing the kid piss. I'm assuming where like pants around
Pants
the
around
ankles.
the ankles.
Ass and dick just all out.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I guess. But then a couple minutes passed by, and a coworker of mine was like, look outside, look outside, look outside, look outside. Now the kid's taking a shit. Like,
But there's 2 restaurants. Like 'cause
there's
I know where
multiple
you're at, like,
restaurants.
She could take him in to use the bathroom
Yeah.
at the Starbucks or the other place that's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
And,
And
he's just dropping logs.
Drop
in
the log.
middle of this.
I mean, there's an apartment. It's not like it's a slow traffic area. There's a lot of restaurants there. So she goes over, and I guess she has a wet nap or something.
Hold on,
Picks-
she wipes him in public.
Dude, no.
Ew.
She wiped his ass, then picked up the turd and threw it in the fucking garbage can next to the restaurant on the end, the Zoe's Kitchen that was there.
Oh.
And I was like, what the Then, shit you not, a week later.
Shit, he did.
Yeah, a shit he did. A week later. And my boss is like, she's back. I go, no. Look outside. Same lady. Same hat, same ponytail. I guess there's that spin class thing over there. And
Okay.
the bike, I
Oh,
don't know, the bike
yeah.
thing. And now, the older boy looked like he had on just a shirt, and the little kid had nothing on at all. And he's running back and forth through the fountains. You know those little water fountains that come out of the ground?
Hold on, you just letting your kid run around naked in public?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one thing if like they're in the backyard or they're in your front
No.
lawn,
No,
but
sir.
I'm gonna go to this
No, sir.
public area and just let my kids run naked.
So there's like a line of restaurants, and then right beside it there's this walkway that has these little water things that come out. Usually people let their dogs walk through it, or kids in bathing suits. And well, Junior decided, I'm gonna get butt ass naked, and I'm not talking about like he had a diaper on. I'm talking he had nothing on, coming out of the bathtub, running up and down those water things. Then decides to give himself an enema with it. He just sits on it and then turns around and then starts to proceed to drink the water from the ground. And she's not doing a damn thing about it. And then my question to you is this. Had that been a black family, what would have happened?
Oh, security's getting called. Is it like, first of all, just the naked kid
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat, somebody saying something.
Now, here's the thing. And
Or somebody calling
yeah,
somebody.
and like I stopped myself obviously because I was like, oh, this would be no, you can't film this.
Oh,
This
yeah,
would
you
be
can't film
funny.
naked
Yeah, you can't film naked kids. But
You almost Jareded
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, oh yeah. I was like, I want proof of this, but I was like, oh wait, no. You can't do this. You can't do. But then I started thinking about it, and that's the other thing. Okay, it's bad enough that your naked ass kid is running around shooting water up his ass and shitting in the corner, but what if a pedophile's driving around?
He's hanging out in the car all day. He's showing up every day.
That's-
now, just
yeah.
waiting for them to come
This
back.
he's like, this bitch showed up 2 weeks in a row.
He's scheduling his whole month around this chick.
Not to mention
Ugh.
we're getting over the pandemic, but it's a little. I don't know if even if we weren't, probably shouldn't be running around with your kids butt ass naked anywhere.
Here's my only defense for the kid.
Well, the kid don't know no better. I'm not blaming the kid. I'm blaming his badass mom.
Here's one thing though. I have shit in a park before. Here's what happened.
How as a kid?
Yes.
Okay, you need to preface that because you were just
Oh.
like, oh, I've shit in the park plenty of times.
Well, I mean, I've also shit in a sink too, but this was in high school.
Man, you want to shit in Billy's litter box. You've shit in the sink. You've shit in the woods.
No, hold on.
There's
There's
even-
nothing wrong with shit. Everybody poops.
There's not when it's in the right spot.
Who's to say that what the right spot is?
Well, most people that use a toilet.
So here's what happened. My mom had just started dating my stepdad at the time.
Okay.
I mean, been dating maybe at best a few months.
Okay.
So we're going on this walk, and we're like, in this park, and I tell my mom, like, hey, I have to use the bathroom. So they're just like, all right, hey, just go behind that tree over there. They don't think anything of it. And I was like, okay. So in my, 6, 7-year-old brain, I'm just like, all right, well, they told me to go use the bathroom. I'm going to go use the bathroom. So I run down a little ways, go behind the tree. Keep in mind, this isn't a big tree. This maybe
It's a Texas tree, like it's this big.
It's like
It's 5 years old and it's only this big
yeah,
around. Yeah.
it's like like 10 inches around at
Right.
best. And so like there was like a little hill, so they don't quite see me. And so as they come up the hill, all my mom sees is me, pants around my ankles, hands holding onto this tree, and just logs falling. And she's like, oh shit, what are you doing? I was like, I said I had to use the bathroom.
You didn't
told me to
say-
go behind the tree.
yeah.
I was like, oh my God. My mom is just embarrassed, horrified. She's looking around trying to make sure nobody's around. And as soon as I finished, I pulled my pants up. Now I realized the mistake I made because I can't wipe my ass now. So
Use a sock, man.
yeah, well, yeah. But then I think a jogger comes running by. 30 seconds after I fucking pulled my pants up, and my mom's just like, "Oh, thank God." She's like, Just hurry up and get you back home. And then
Mm.
she's looking at me. She's like, ugh, you're gonna be sitting down on the on my
Just sitting
seats.
down, period.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
sitting down with your dirty booty ass in my car now. It's gonna be smelling
Mm.
like shit. We try the whole drive back. We've got the windows down, and my mom's just got this look on her face, like, God damn it.
Yeah, I'd have been mad at you getting in with your shitty drawers in my car. Mm-mm. And then like this was what this was probably early 90s, so it wasn't like
Yeah, it had to be
2, 93,
somewhere around
something like
there.
that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ooh, man, I remember back then, grew up, you didn't have a lot of AC in the car, so it was AC was windows down anyway, but that hot shit stank in the back
yes.
too.
Oh yeah. Oh, fuck.
Mm.
Forgot to tell you about, and even right after that crazy shit, as we were driving by.
Oh, in Alaska?
In Alaska,
Yeah.
as we the whole trailer park scene or whatever.
Yeah.
We get back to the car. Sandy's she wants to change into whatever she's gonna wear on the plane. So I'm just kind of sitting there waiting. All of a sudden, I see this bum, and I'm like,
See a
"Fuck,
bump?
bum."
Bum.
And you know how when you accidentally make eye contact with a bum, and now
Oh,
you're like,
it's
fuck,
done.
fuck. Now he's like, oh, hey, and I was
Hey,
like,
no, you looked at me. I saw it.
And now he starts walking over.
Got any
I'm
spare
like,
change?
Shit. And I'm just like, Sandy here. I don't want to say it because he'll hear me because our windows are down. So I'm just like, shit, he's gonna hear me if I say, Sandy, hurry the fuck up. So I'm just sitting there, just act like it didn't happen. Act like it didn't happen. Here he comes. Here he comes. Shit. So he walks up to the window. He's like, hey, huh? What'd you say? Can I buy a shot off you?
Shot.
Sorry. We don't have any liquor on us. He's like, oh, okay. Can I borrow like 90 cents or something from you? It's like,
90 cents? Who the fuck carries 90 cents?
hold on.
Do
you even have money? Like, how are you going to buy a shot off of me if you are now asking me for fucking money?
Did he say buy or bum?
No,
Bum
buy a shot.
Oh.
He asked to buy a shot from us, then immediately turns around to ask for money.
Bums, man.
If we didn't have to hurry up and be at the airport, I was just like, like I wanted to just like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? No, we don't have change. Like, first of all, how are you going to buy this shot from us if we had alcohol?
You wanted to actually talk to him and be like, hold on. You just asked to buy a shot, but then you asked me for money. So which one is it?
Yeah. Did you want me to give you a shot in cash, too? Did you want me to give you the money to buy the shot from me?
Probably. It's
Uh,
mental health issues, man. They, what was the movie with Chris Rock where he played the bum and he asked to sip the bubbles off the top of the Sprite? Was it Coming to America?
Wait, what?
I'll have to look that up because I can't remember.
No, when I'm gonna get you, sucker. I'm gonna get you, sucker was the one with the ribs.
Maybe that was it. He's like, can I buy one rib?
Yeah.
Okay, that was it.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, you got change for 100.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. That was that movie because he was like, he's like, how much for a soda?
Yeah.
He's like $1. $1. Ooh, look.
How much to just sip the bubbles off the top? Yeah. I'd forgotten about that. And then after all that, he pulls out, I think, like a wad of cash, and he goes,
he's like, that'll be 13 cents or $1.13 for one rib.
got change for 100.
It's like, the fuck?
So I wanted to show you this. All right.
Oh shit.
So I got
the book.
Yeah, it's a
what
book.
is this?
All right. So obviously, we've had the decor up and stuff. We like anime. We like video games. We don't talk about it, but it's our, it's the shit we like.
Into something.
So I bought this book. It's the unofficial guide to Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. It's a long-running series that Atlas has done. It's got a ton of titles, and I like collecting stuff like this. I kind of want to start a gaming channel later, so this is probably more stuff I'd cover there, not here. But just want to show you this. It looks like a normal guide. It just has, pictures and stuff, and it goes over this, and then you get to the middle of the book, and it's a book about jaguars.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait. It just turns into a fucking coloring book?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. These pages aren't even in order.
No.
I just realized I saw page 34,
Yeah.
page 36. Hold on, why is it going backwards now?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's fucking jaguars in here.
Who what?
So I was pissed. I was pissed because I thought, oh, I'm missing, this many pages in my book. But I went, well, it goes from 96 to 97. So I looked at this, and on this side, it says Facts About the Jaguar by Lisa Stratton, 2019. This book, The Facts About the Jaguar by Lisa Stratton. This is the real book.
You gotta be kidding me.
This is the book that was misprinted
Into
into this book that was supposed to be about Japanese horror games where you possess demons and spirits. But no, Facts About the Jaguar, picture book for kids.
Interesting.
And I just was like, how? Why does shit like this? This is my luck. I have this kind of luck. This is the kind of shit that I get.
This is the crazy random inconveniences that happen.
And I had to see. I was like, okay, is this a real book or did somebody fuck up? No, that's a real book. Ordered it just to prove it.
Oh my god. Okay, well then
So
I'm happy you brought up Jaguar.
Jaguars.
Yes, because I ran across what I would consider to be one of the greatest ad campaigns ever.
For Jaguar?
I mean, it has animals in it, but I just want to get your thoughts about this and see if this ad campaign has worked.
Okay.
Bam.
Huh.
Orangina. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that bear. That bear fucks.
That bear's fucking whoever he wants to fuck.
He's gonna fuck the shit out of her.
Uh-huh. And then get an Orangina.
This dude.
Orangina?
Orangina.
I've heard
This
that that's
dude.
really good.
Oh yeah.
I've
Look
never
at-
had it, but I've
look
heard
at
it's
it.
really good.
Staring lovingly into this
What the
puma.
fuck?
Oh yeah.
So is the puma?
I think he's the
Wait,
top.
the puma's the guy.
He's clearly a top. They're in a homosexual relationship.
They're in a homosexual.
Clearly the puma's the top.
Bestiality relationship. Oh yeah. That
Clearly
that puma's fucking.
He's fucking the shit out. That puma's fucking the shit out of that guy.
That-
I guarantee you.
How did you find this?
I happen to go to dark places in the internet
Man,
sometimes.
apparently.
Even better,
Oh shit.
look at this deer's tits. This guy is in love. This old man
Look at the deer's
is
tits.
so happy. This is that not the happiest old man you've ever seen?
I mean, he so for those who can't see, he's 75, 76. Got a nose, and it looks like that nose is going straight into the
he's
middle of that cleavage.
motorboating
Yep.
the shit out of this
Pulling
deer.
all the hair out.
Yes.
Sexy deer, huh?
Oh yeah. And then
Pete is gonna have a problem with that.
last one.
Huh.
Every teenager's dream, man. Every teenager's dream.
A giraffe?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I mean, he's gonna have to eat her up, not eat her out, because it's a giraffe. So
Oh man. I guess who approves this shit? Like how does
Where-
shit like this even come up?
where is this? Where does the drink originate? Like, where does it? What country?
I think this is
Argentina?
Yeah, I think it's I don't know where it comes from, but I think this is a Spanish ad campaign. Because I'm just looking
Oh.
at, if you look at along the side here, it says like, I think it looks somewhat Spanish, like Sans, Aromas Artificiales, Aciels. So
Something.
I don't know if it's Spanish or French or what. All I know is it's definitely not English.
I don't. It's I'm trying to
They
think of
spent
it.
money on these things.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. And these are just the 4 that I picked. There were
There was more?
20 of these.
Jeez. But I'm trying to figure out what the hell they're trying to promote here because all I can think of about is it's okay to
saying
fuck
Orangina
animals is what
makes it okay to fuck animals.
that's what I saw when it's like, yeah,
Drink
you
orange-
find it
If you drink orangina or orangina, I like orangina.
orangina, yeah,
You can
orangina.
get that sweet animal dick or pussy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No,
just
you
saying.
got to find a big titty giraffe and it's okay to fuck. 'em.
Yeah. I mean,
With lipstick.
or you can find a nice bear that'll lay that pipe. Guarantee you that bear is laying pipe to this one. Look
And
at
she
it.
looks like
she
she
looks like
wants it.
Yeah.
She's looking at that bear like,
hey, when the fuck are we getting out of here?
yeah. I'm gonna take a sip of this. I mean, she has a look on her face like, my husband hadn't made love to me in 6 years.
Oh yeah. So that's why she's with the bear. She knows that bear's coming with the thunder.
That bear's coming with a lot.
It
I mean, it's a 7-foot chiseled grizzly bear that looks like he probably has
he bitches a little bit.
38-inch python
Yeah.
arms. Like, holy shit! But that's not as surprising. So I think we talked a little bit about Invincible a while back. So if you guys don't want to hear spoilers,
Tune out for like the
turn
next
out. I don't.
5-10
Yeah,
minutes.
because we're going to talk about it. It's been out long enough. You should have watched it. It's fucking amazing. But so we've always had the discussion before of who was the worst anime father, and it was Goku from Dragon Ball and
Yujiro Han.
Yujiro from
Baki.
from Baki. If you don't know, obviously you don't know who those are. Everybody should know who Goku is. Probably one of the things that makes him a bad father is he left his 4-year-old son with a demonic slug king who just got done trying to kill him to train, and leaves like years
At a
on
time.
end and just comes back and no big deal.
He abandons his families for months, if not years at a time,
Yeah.
just to get better at fighting.
Did it with
He
his
has
second son.
2 kids.
Yeah,
And will just be like, oh, great, I have a baby. So, and he'll tell his wife, all right, I'm going to leave you with this 1-year-old and go bounce for the next 2 years.
he
Deuce.
literally leaves his son with somebody else, and then comes back when they're old enough to talk
Yeah.
and be.
Oh, he only shows up when the kids are old enough to fight him.
Yeah,
That was the only reason he
Yeah.
showed back up for Gohan's ass. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, you're good enough to fight now? Here I am.
yeah, and then in Baki,
Here's the best description I have for Baki.
yeah,
This dude, every time, so this kid grows up never having met his dad. Every time he sees his dad murders someone and then beats the shit out of him.
Yep.
Like, first time he meets him, murders his mom, beats the absolute hell out of him, puts him in the hospital, almost kills him.
Yep.
Second time he meets him, folds a dude in half in front of him and then beats the shit out of him again.
Don't they call him the ogre of Japan or something?
Yeah, no, I
Something like
think
that.
it's just the ogre, maybe.
Just the ogre or
Yeah.
ogre. I think they just Olga. Like
Yeah.
that's what they call him. But I still think Omni-Man's got it beat now.
Oh, yeah.
Because we knew from watching the season of Invincible that something was up. He was a bad dude.
Mhm.
And then the very last episode of the season, well, he pretty much takes his son, grabs him, and starts using his son to cut people in half. Like, he sticks Invincible in front of a train and just uses him as a spear in the momentum of the train and just starts cutting through people.
Yeah.
Then, not to mention, beats the ever-loving shit out of him.
Yes.
I mean,
He can't. I don't know if being a superhero is for him because in this
who,
first
Omni-Man or Invincible?
Invincible.
No.
Because he got the shit beat out of him multiple times.
Like,
The
I
fact
can
that he
remember.
didn't die is amazing.
I think when he got his ass whooped, he got his ass whooped a couple times earlier on in the season, and I was like, okay, he took an ass whooping. This was like a little bit even uncomfortable. Even with it being animation, it was
Yeah, I
still
was like,
uncomfortable to
"Oh,
watch.
Bro, chill, man.
I mean, he's the he looked like he needed a complete new skull and face bone and just
Oh, he's just
cuts and
missing
slits.
teeth,
Yeah,
all sorts. I was just like, oh, bro.
I mean that was his version of if you don't do what I say, you're gonna get an ass whooping. You're gonna get a spanking. This was, well, you try to save anybody, I'm just gonna kill him until you understand.
Yeah. Dude, he goes through all this, saves this pilot. Omni-Man just shows up. Bam!
Oh yeah,
Just
he
crushes the
grabbed.
dude's head.
He's like, that was, what does he say? That was
Why'd
that
you
was
go through all that
stupid. Yeah,
effort?
why'd you go like bam and then just crushes his head?
Yeah, just like,
And he's like,
whoa.
oh, because the thing is Invincible was not a what did it? Not a
Viltrumite.
Viltrumite until really 6 months ago in the show.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
his dad's like, no, you don't understand. You can do this. I didn't want to tell you. You can fuck shit up. And I can prove it because I'm gonna make you go through a train and kill everybody on it.
I'd see. Here's definitely supplanted Yujiro and Goku as worst anime dad. Or
For
worst animated
anime,
dad.
yeah,
And then on top of that, it was like, dude, how would you expect him to not want to save humans if you raised him as human
Right.
his entire life? Now you just want him to flip and be like, fuck these people. I can let them all die.
yeah. Well, buddy of mine was telling me about because it's a graphic novel,
Mhm.
and I think he said he read all of them. He goes, it gets way crazier
Oh,
later.
I love it just because it deals with the actual consequences of superhero stuff. It's like,
Yeah,
like
it's
in all these Superman animated movies, like you'll see him go through people getting punched through buildings or like stopping trains and doing all this, and it shows like, oh yeah, people died when you all of a sudden just stop a train.
yeah,
They go
yeah.
flying to the front. Like physics is real.
Yeah,
people.
or if you grab somebody's arm and they're falling from a building at a certain speed,
Yeah, it's gonna
you might
snap
just snap it off and rip it from their shoulder.
yeah.
Like well, what was you remember the episode where they were going after that guy with the robot face?
Yeah.
And he hired all those goons to beat the shit out of
Mhm.
him. Apparently, the big lion dude that was
Yeah.
like, "You guys are not worth my time. I'm getting out of here." He said that my buddy Floyd was like, that dude's badass. No, there was a reason why they got their ass whooped. He is one of the closest things that can come close to fighting Viltrumites.
Oh wow.
So, and then he's gonna have more the black dude that was the Luke Cage
Oh yeah,
knockoff.
the rock
Yeah.
dude? Yeah.
He's coming back. So it's not like they're just
They're not gonna leave these
Yeah.
characters on.
yeah, like
Okay.
kind of like with Seth Rogen when he did the Alien, Bill the Alien. It was the guy that came to do the Urath versus Earth. They were on the moon.
Oh
Invincible.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was like, wait, what? Seth Rogen? I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah, he voiced
that
him.
character was Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
When you said Seth Rogen, I was like, what? That terrible alien movie he did years ago?
No. In Invincible, he played that, and I thought that he was just going to be a one-off cameo character, but then he actually came back. So I kind of like the fact that they're not just throwing in a bunch of randoms here and there.
Yeah, like bunch of one-off
Yeah.
characters and stuff that they never come back to. And,
Right.
Okay, I
So-
do like that.
It's great. I mean, I kind of want more American style, real. I guess that's the thing is like everybody makes fun and they poke at anime, but anime has more real life. You know, if you stab a guy with a sword or you blow up a building, there's people that are going to die. There's blood. There's stuff.
Mhm.
Whereas in our Marvel and DC animation, it's like you said, it that's not how
It
it would
doesn't
be.
touch on the real-life consequences of
Right.
some things.
Right, and with Invincible, it's making headways there.
Oh yeah.
And I guess you could go throw Castlevania in there. I mean, it's over, but Castlevania was amazing. Oh,
I remember seeing the first few episodes when they did that.
oh,
Four-episode
so you
preview.
haven't seen
Uh,
any of it?
Yeah, when when Netflix released that 4-episode preview, like
Right, the
like a few
preview
years
season
ago,
1. Yeah,
I watched that, but I haven't come back to it.
it's so good. Like it is so good. The season 3 was kind of weird. It didn't have a lot of it didn't have a lot of development in what I think the series was trying to go, but then in season 4,
Okay.
oh, it gets good. The fight scenes are awesome. There's a lot of action.
Right.
Alucard's in it from the Symphony of the Night game. So
Okay.
definitely check it out.
All right.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
I'll have to do
So
that.
well, I
Hold on.
wanted to talk about so we had a little bit of a snag starting the fried chicken Chicks of Dallas. Is that what we're calling
Yeah,
it?
check
Chicks
it.
of
Chicks of
Dallas.
Dallas.
So we will have the first episode coming out this week,
Yes.
and
Yeah, we can do
then
that.
hopefully continue to keep releasing those weekly. Instead of doing them on the podcast, we're just going to do them as separate videos and throw them up on our YouTube page. For those of you watching on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe as well. And we will be starting more with more. I think we're gonna venture into some of the TikTok land, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So we've
Gotta
got
get on those talks.
get on the talks, man. Well, I mean, we're big fans of mommy jeans and dad jeans. That's what I call them. I know they just go by jeans, but I always see Christina P and Tom Segura as
I
like
honestly
mommy and
think
daddy
I could
jeans.
take them. I think I could take the water champ. I think I could consume
Oh,
more
I think
water
so
than
too. I've seen you consume anything before, and you're like, yeah, I could do that.
I mean, I've gone through 3.5 gallons in a day
Jeez.
before. Yeah.
I mean, I've done two, but that was the thing is when I was more physically active, I wanted to keep drinking water throughout the day because I just felt like I wanted it. I was like, damn, I need more water. And I do gallon and a half sometimes, maybe two, but 3.5 was this for a fight?
Yeah, I was cutting weight, but
Oh, you were cutting or were you trying to get back?
no, I was cutting weight.
Oh, because you
Oh yeah,
load.
water load,
You
man.
water
Water
load and then
load.
just
I would step it up. I'd go 1.5 gallons, 2.5 gallons, 3.5 gallons, and then I would drop it back down to about maybe a half gallon, and then nothing
so
after
wait,
that up
you would
until
do
weigh-ins. I would step it in day by
so
day.
so you would do a gallon and a half one day, 2.5 the next day,
3.5 the
three and a
day,
half the next day?
and then I would immediately drop it down to a half gallon after that, and then no water for like the next day and a half until weigh-ins.
Were you fasting throughout that too, or would you just eat?
I would take like I would eat a certain diet. I would eat like very like soft foods, like no carbs whatsoever, or maybe like a little bit of carbs, like a little bit of oatmeal in the morning. That would be it. And like I could go from 200 to 185 in 5 days.
That sounds miserable.
It's not fun. You get cold because of all the water.
I remember when you for some reason decided that you were gonna
Yeah,
try
I remember this.
to see if you could cut to 170.
Yeah.
And I remembered we were working at the same place, and I came around to your cube, and I was like, dude,
Fun.
and you were like, yeah. I go, you look like shit. Okay, let's go get
Felt like
something to.
shit.
Yeah, like I can't. I think you got down to 178 or something.
So no, not even that. So I was trying to go from 207 to 177 because normally
Right,
I'll diet down to get down to 200
200,
around
and
there.
then cut to
But then
185.
yeah, but then I was like, all right, I'm not necessarily in a camp. I can be a little heavier. Let's just see if I can get the 30 pounds that I needed.
Yeah,
And so I was like, all right, I'm 207 now. Let's see if I can get to 177. And at the end of those 5 days, I had gotten down to 183. Yeah, about 183. And I was like, fuck, I cannot get these last 6 pounds off. And I was like, well, I don't have a fight coming up. I'm not losing any money. I'm not about to try to kill myself to get this.
oh.
So I was like, I guess I'm stuck at 185. I was like, screw
I
that.
yeah, I was like, you're not you were never a fat guy when you were in fighting shape anyway. So I'm going, where are you gonna lose 30 pounds?
See, now I'm amazed. I don't understand
35.
how Johnny Hendricks would do it when he would go from 210 and make 170. Johnny Hendricks, when he was
Yeah,
fighting at 170, would cut from 210, dude.
jeez.
Yeah,
But
but then
was
he would
this?
need 3 bags of IV
That's what I was
to
saying.
rehydrate after
Wasn't
that.
this when the IV? And didn't he say, well,
Oh,
that
when
was
they
kind of
he went up to 185 when they got rid of the IV
right because
rehydration.
he was like, well, screw it, then I'm gonna fight at 185. Yeah.
So many people moved up in weight classes when they got rid of the IV
What
rehydration.
was the reasoning behind wanting to get rid of the IV bag?
Because some guys were using it to mask uh
Like
whatever steroids.
steroids and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So,
Huh.
and apparently they would use that to help mask it. Like they would put something, I guess, some stuff in the bag and use the IV to help mask it. And so the plastics in the bag, they can somehow detect whenever they test you.
Why can't they just test a week before the fights? Like drug test a
They
week
can.
before.
That's how John Jones got popped for that cocaine before him
Yeah.
and for him and DC's fight. Shoot,
Yep.
hell, that's how their fight got canceled and DC ended up having to fight Anderson Silva
That's right.
because John Jones
Yeah, I
got
remember
popped
that.
for the week of.
I thought that was a bad fight for Silva to take.
It's a terrible fight for him, but he's not going to turn down the money.
Yeah, it's just he didn't need that fight.
I think Silva took a number of fights towards the end where it's like, all right, well, I need the money. Like I think
Was he broke? Like was
I
he
don't think he
just
was broke, but I think it was one of those things. It happens with so many fighters where it's either A, they're broke towards the end of their career and they keep fighting way past when they should, or it's like I don't know what else I can do to make a living
yeah.
besides fighting.
'Cause wasn't
And
he working at
so
McDonald's in
it was
Burger King or
I think it was
McDonald's and he
was-
walked to the gym and started
I think it was Burger King, and they ended up sponsoring him there in Brazil.
yeah.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, I should have, if I would have made it, I could have gotten like either 7-Eleven or somebody to sponsor me.
That'd have been nah, you'd have had to wear those green and like orange, white pants, like big 7-Eleven on your ass.
Maybe. Hey, they're paying enough.
Yeah, that is true. I mean,
It's like back in the day when those boxers would get the like not necessarily the tattoos, but it would be like a tattoos like on their backs.
uh,
Oh, you never saw this?
uh-uh.
So like at one point in time for a while in boxing, guys would get it wouldn't necessarily be it would be some kind of like a tattoo, but it would go away after like a couple days or something like
So it was
that.
like a semi-perm tattoo.
Yeah, but they would get it like on their back, and it would be of some sponsor, but they'd pay shit ton of money to get it to put it on their back.
I don't remember that, but that's a smart idea.
Yeah, because it's like here it is in the fight.
Yeah,
And I
because
was
you
like,
don't have a lot of clothing space on your.
Yeah.
Even in boxing, I mean, it's
Mhm.
your trunks, your gloves, which
Yeah.
are moving too
Oh,
fast.
it was a website that did it with a few boxers, and I was like, that's a great idea. But I think after a few people did it, I think the commissions were like, yeah, we're not gonna let y'all start to keep doing that.
Well, no, because they can't get their hand in it. They can't,
Same reason UFC got rid of signed with Adidas and screwed all their fighters.
Is it Adidas or Reebok?
I'm sorry, yeah, Reebok.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I meant. Reebok and screwed all the fighters on sponsor because they couldn't get a taste of any of the fighters.
Right, because now it's been like this for a few years, I think. But
Yeah, a lot of guys lost a ton of money when they first win. So now, like, that's why.
because you don't have an option but to wear Reebok, right?
Yeah, you don't have an option, and like you can't get sponsorships for fights. So that's why so many fighters now are a lot broker now than kind of when they were.
I just don't. I mean, it is what it is, but
I mean, shit.
like, what if you don't like Reebok gear? Like, what if you've always used Puma or Nike or Under Armour
Doesn't
or
matter. I mean, same thing with the NFL. Like how I think what is it? Is it Nike the official cleat sponsor?
They
for
are
the
now.
NFL?
Well, are they? Do you have to wear Nikes?
I think I think Nike is the sponsor of the NFL.
Yeah, but I don't know about the shoes. I can't
can't
remember. I can't. I don't know, but
I can't-
their
but
their
I-
jerseys are for sure. The
Yeah, but-
jerseys are Nike.
Yeah,
Now
but,
they
you know,
used to be Reebok.
It was an issue for a while because all these guys had all these different either Under Armour or
Yeah.
Adidas or Reebok, and they're like, oh, we got to wear this Nike shit because of the NFL, and that was a whole thing in itself.
I mean, what about because that's what I'm thinking is about what if I don't know your not tights but your compression pants or whatever from Under Armour just fit you a certain way that helps, but
Gotta wear Reebok.
Reebok.
Yeah,
The
everything.
gloves, like your gloves have to be
Everything. Reebok.
Okay.
Now, here's the cool thing though. They will tailor all your
Okay.
stuff
Okay.
there for
Okay.
you.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
every
I didn't think
time
of
you
that.
go
That's
there,
stupid on me.
every time like Coach Safe or some of these guys go and they give them like the pants or the jackets and all that stuff, like
It's
they'll
all
they,
tailored
they,
to
they
the
will tailor
fighter.
it
Oh,
for 'em
okay.
so it fits well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's that. But that is no. You can only have the banners now, right? The you can't even do those. The banner, like the sponsorships that they put over the octagon.
Oh no!
They
Hell
got
no.
rid of that too.
Oh yeah. Well, as soon as they signed with Reebok,
Yeah.
they got rid of that. So now like
Shit.
everybody gets these tiny ass sponsorship bonuses for
Post-it
the
notes?
fights. I think it's like, your first few fights you're getting maybe 3-4 grand for sponsorship for the Reebok sponsorship, and then
Golly.
it maxes out at 50 grand for sponsorships, and that's only and for title fights. So the champ will get 50 grand in sponsorship money, and the challenger will get 25. But that's the max it
That's
goes.
the cap for the Reebok sponsorship,
Yeah.
which
Which
is nowhere near the amount that some of these people were getting for.
there were non championship guys that were making 100 grand in just side sponsorships. A fight. There were plenty of guys that would make more in their sponsorships than they would on their actual fight contracts.
Jeez.
And
No.
so Adidas came through and just wrecked all that. That's why
Reebok.
That's what I meant. I don't know why I keep saying it.
Why you keep going after Adidas?
I know, Reebok. But that's why one of the reasons UFC is fighting. There's a thing going on where they're trying to make the UFC like boxing, or where they can treat it like boxing, where like everybody's an independent contractor, can do their own side stuff and try to
Yeah,
deal.
they've actually. I heard about that too. The professional wrestling business was talking about that too, and being
they
an
definitely don't
individual.
want fighters to unionize, because that'll screw them over, because then they'll have to pay people way more.
Well, and Vince doesn't. I've heard Vince McMahon, and he doesn't want that either. About
would he?
having a wrestlers union, because, I mean, they're still putting their. I get it, it's scripted, but still,
You're
they're
still
getting
fucking your
hurt.
body up.
Yeah.
When you jump into these tables, you're actually
Uh-huh.
jumping into tables.
These tables are not fake tables. They jump through them.
These chairs are
Yeah.
real. Like,
Man, so there was AEW had this Blood and Guts a couple weeks ago. It was two
that just sounds
rings.
so dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, it was two rings that had a huge cage covering two rings, and it was 10 guys
Hold
in
on,
there.
the cage covered 2 rings?
Uh-huh. So you could go back and forth between the rings,
Okay.
and it was well, I mean, it was the GOAT, Chris Jericho, a couple guys you probably don't know too much, but yeah, everybody was busted up
Yeah.
in that. There's Sammy
Getting thrown
Guevara.
against metal for what? How long was the match? At least 20,
hour?
25? An hour? Oh,
Well, because
God.
the rules are it's 2 5-man teams, and 2 people start, and then I think after the first 5 minutes, another member comes in, and so it switched off.
It sounds like a weird Royal Rumble.
But one team is always at a disadvantage until the end, because if you go 1-1, one guy comes in, it's 2-1, then it's 2-2, 3-2, and it keeps going back and forth. The match can't start until everybody's in the ring. So they just beat the shit out of each other for, and I mean, one of the guys, I forget who it was, but busted. I mean, actually, a lot of them. They were all busted
Yeah.
open. There was blood everywhere.
Those cages don't give.
It's a chain link fence. It's, I mean, it is what it is.
Okay. Tell me that. I've always thought about this. So there's certain sports and events way better live
Yeah,
than on TV.
yeah.
I guess my thought is the NFL has gotten to the point where it's way better on TV now than going to a
Yeah,
game
100%.
because
Yeah,
tickets
yeah.
are so expensive.
Well, it's not even that. I don't like watching a game because you're only going to get to see, depending, like if you're on the 50-yard line, well, guess what? You're only going to get to see about 20 yards this way, 20 yards that way. They're down in the end zone. I can't see what's going on. I don't get the camera angles that I get on TV.
Yeah, this is true.
So,
I would say, but yeah, football's way better on TV now.
yep,
Baseball for me,
is way better there. I'd
way
much
better
rather
in
go
person.
there.
Like
Yeah.
if you try to make me watch a baseball game, an entire baseball game on TV, I will want to shoot myself.
Yeah, I can't. I
Like, I
can't
can't
watch.
do
I
it.
can go to a baseball game anytime.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know what it is.
It's the food. It's
Same thing with hockey.
The crack. Hockey.
I could
Yeah.
watch hockey. I could be at a hockey game and watch a hockey game.
I can
can't
watch
it.
hockey. I can
Really?
watch it. I can watch hockey better than I can watch baseball on TV.
Okay.
But it's like it's still down here. Don't like
Okay.
I'm
So
not
for
putting
you,
it. Yeah,
hockey, which one? Being there or in person or on TV?
I'd rather be at a hockey game.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd
Hockey.
rather be there. But I'm
Yeah.
saying I can watch hockey on TV.
Okay. Wrestling, I feel like is the same way where it's fun
Depends.
to watch on TV, but I feel like being there would be like not necessarily a WWE because like I'm not trying to pay $1,000 to fucking go watch this.
See, that's the problem
But-
is if you go to a wrestling show, it's best to be in the first couple rows because it's a 10 by 10 ring, I think.
Oh, I
So
see what you're saying.
it's not like
if you're in an arena,
Yeah.
you're just watching a bunch of ants dance around the square.
you're watching it on the TV up at the top.
And what's the point?
That's the problem. I went to WrestleMania when it was here in Dallas. I'm good. I can check it off my list. I did it, but I don't think now I want to go to a Royal Rumble, but with the product as it is right now, I'm into AEW right now.
Okay.
I think it's a better product and it's just Vince McMahon. I feel like he has his hands on stuff and he's just not moving on with the times. Like
How long until Vince McMahon goes full UFC and just starts buying out all these up and coming wrestling federations?
I mean, that's how he started. That's how he got started.
I
Was
know, I'm
buying
just saying,
up.
UFC did it. I mean, there were Strike
Yeah.
Force, WEC, all these other ones, and then UFC I think they bought all the Pride stuff. They just started buying up all their closest competitors as soon as they started getting there. How long till WWE starts doing that and just ruins?
Well, I
AEW
think that's
too?
the thing is you could money whip if they were up to it. You could money whip Ring of Honor. You could probably money whip Impact, but I don't think so now because Impact Wrestling's been doing so much with AEW. It almost feels like it's organically coming as I think AEW might buy out Impact Wrestling, but AEW doesn't. They don't need the money. It's Tony Khan. I mean, the billionaires
Okay.
that own the Jaguars and Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the same dude who owned the Jaguar.
I think it's the guy's son runs AEW.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's no way.
Yeah,
they're
there's
selling
no way
out
that
this.
there's no way they're going to sell out because
Yeah,
they
there's no
probably have
point.
more money than Vince McMahon anyway.
Okay, that makes
So-
way more sense.
But I hate to say it, but I just don't think the WWE is going to turn it around while Vince McMahon's still at the helm of everything. The Attitude Era when it came out was to beat WCW, and then when they did, they kind of went back down to their old regular products.
Here's my suggestion: they need to start letting wrestlers start juicing again. Just have these giant
Ugh.
gorilla-like motherfuckers be in there throwing each other around.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like a Royal Rumble full of Bobby Lashley's, just
Yeah.
breaking shit.
How he doesn't fail.
I mean, Triple H.
Yeah, but
Like,
Bobby
when he-
Lashley is just that guy is just a genetic freak. If that's all natural,
No, there's no.
but I don't know how he gets away with it because he is
You
jacked.
cycle it right, man.
I guess so. That was my problem. I never cycled it right. So, but you can't. You with what happened with Benoit, the Chris Benoit story. They tie it too close in relation to, they say they found hundreds of like thousands of pills in his house, and it led to all this other, which I don't even know if that was proved, but Vince McMahon's never going to want that on his
Okay. All right.
table
Yes.
again because he already got caught once and had to go to court back in the 80s or 90s, I think.
Did he?
It was something, and I don't remember.
Oh,
the
that
full
he
story.
knowingly
That they was
knew
getting
that
like
they're
shipped
doing-
steroids. No, to him. It was going to Vince.
Oh,
And of course Hogan and all them.
of course. Like they juiced up. My favorite wrestler of all time was Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah.
but he was so juiced up and coked out of his mind. He
Mhm.
couldn't he couldn't do interviews. Like every
Yeah.
time he would do an interview,
No,
like,
that was his. Yeah. Well-
he just yell, and he couldn't form sentences.
No, yeah, there was.
He was out of his fucking skull.
Oh, he was all.
But he was
yeah.
amazing to watch.
Well, looking back on it now, he was not a great wrestler, but he was a great wrestler for the time because he could make a crowd react the way that they
Oh
did.
yeah, he would go into a ring and he would just act insane.
He would run around like crazy, get in, start shaking those ropes, which a lot of people don't understand. Those ropes, they're steel. They don't just naturally
He's
go up
strong
and
as
down.
shit.
Yeah, he's ripping these things. I mean, they're meant to be bounced off of, not sit there and pulled up and down like that. Well, it's like God, what was it? There was a documentary I was watching, and it was Scott Hall. Scott Hall was saying, he goes, "Yeah, I mean, I took steroids back then. I was a big guy, and this made me bigger, and it made me bigger than everybody else." Scott Hall
was massive.
was massive when he started coming up. Him and Kurt Hennig, Scott Hall was massive, and he was always a big guy, but he was just. I mean, he looked like he could have been in the Legion of Doom with Hawk and Animal. That's how big he looked at the time. So, anyway, we just lost like half our audience talking about wrestling. So you want to wrap it up, or you got?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Okay.
So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank everybody.
One, let's jam.
Peace.
Blue suit with a blowout if you got